Welcome back, guys. On this episode we are going to finally finish building this out, start tabbing it in, and maybe carry on doing a little bit of sanding so I can wrap it underneath and further out. Gonna give it a good clean, get it ready prepped. Yeah, let's go get on with it. Okay, like I said, I've still got these 3 to put on, which will stop just before the tabbing area, and then from that I'll start tabbing it in and go as far out as I can on this one, you know, start building it all the way out and building it out. See how it goes. I'm even thinking about sanding all the way out to here and getting more tabbing on, maybe even put a full sheet up there, which would be good to close those holes off as well. That'd be both sides. Still got to finish around there and probably put a couple more around over this so that's nice and strong, and probably a couple more down there just so it all attaches properly. So I think the next step is acetone it up, because it's still a little bit tacky even though it's been sat there for a couple of days, because it's the non-laminating or non-wax, sorry, polyester. It won't matter when I put the next layer on. I'll just give it a quick acetone, it should set off again. But yeah, so get those 3 layers on, see how this is looking, start cutting sections out and go from there. Okay, and that's 3 more layers and that is almost level. I'm not even going to put any more on that. What I'm going to do now is start cutting these out, going wider and wider, and then the final sheet will be a full sheet at the end. But I'm going to let this cure first, just because I made it a little bit shorter than I wanted. You can see didn't curve around properly, but this has now got an extra layer around. I did do that long enough, and this side seemed to work perfect, wrapped around. That one I will just have to use a couple of these bits and do it properly, but now it's looking really good. I would say that's about 1/4 inch thick now, so that's a nice solid piece of fiberglass. Like I said, start cutting the tabs in. I'll do the back first, and then what I'll do afterwards is sand down the bottom. So I'll stop about here for the first ones and then start going round. Well, you know, probably do 2, 1 up to there and then 1 to the end, then sand the bottom and even wrap it good 6 to 8 inches, probably what they've done. So it's got really good bond. So yeah, let this cure and I'll be back. Okay, new day today. I thought I'd just go home and let this cure, because like I said, I need to sand all the sharp edges down, so when I do fiberglass around it, it bonds properly. Been speaking to some of my subscribers and I can see what they're saying, especially trying to join this and only having that much to the original hole will not be good. So what I'm thinking is, one of the steps will be to sand all of this down, even probably up there, and then when I do get to a bigger sheet I could probably go higher and up. The whole of the bottom will be, each sheet I put over will be wrapped around the bottom, which should give it more strength going around the corner. Same as when I get to this piece here, wrap it underneath. So I think the biggest step for me now is to sand all of this down and that side. Sand this down so it's all nice and flush, because then when I put my fiberglass on, it will sit flush with all brand new fiberglass and the original one, which will give it a good bond. And like I said the other day, I will be using trop strand, and I have got woven separate, so I'm going to try that out. That should give it a lot more strength. But I'm going to get these sanding down. That'll be a horrible job today, so get that over and done with. Weather's looking better, getting warm, and then I can work from there. Okay, that's a lot of sanding. It is horrible stuff, just like inside, but got to be done. So what I've done is I have beveled this off, so all of this now is smooth and in. So when I put the bonding on, it's perfect. I have gone all the way to the edge. We'll stop roughly just about there. The only thing I have got left, I sanded all the bottom, all the resin was left over and when I did this, so it's all flat. I don't think it's going to benefit me going any higher, but outwards I would say yes, and then wrap underneath as well. Sanded all this down, it's all nice and smooth now, ready to finish off. Yeah, so I think my next thing is, I know I want to start fiberglassing, but I don't want to rush it either. Is I think I'm going to sand all underneath, at least out to there. Sand all the bottom as far as the trailer goes, and also fill in this hole here ready so we can fiberglass over the top of that as well, properly this time. Yeah, so that'll be the next step. Okay, and that's taken all day to do. Finally sanded all of that, and as you can see on the time lapse, that's a massive chunk all the way underneath, back to original fiberglass, which means that will now bond quite a good distance as well. Say about 10 inches, should be good. I'll wrap all of it around, obviously that was the main important thing. As you can see down here, where is it? Just here, that'd be good to secure that. So I think that's going to be it for today. Last day tomorrow, so I think tomorrow's going to be tidy up, get everything cut and see how we do. Oh yeah, so this, what I thought someone grinded out, turned out to actually be a crack from there all the way up to there. So obviously when I fiberglass over it, that'll be a nice structure as well, support. Don't know why they still don't understand why they put a plate on it and then drilled 14 holes into the boat. They make no sense, but it'll be fixed now. Yeah, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, new day. You see, like I said yesterday, it's all sanded now. I think the next step now is give it all a proper clean, hoover it all, clean it all, and then what I'm going to do is get everything cut out ready to go, the whole lot, because this time I can actually work out the distance that each layer needs to go all the way to the end, so I know how many sheets I can go, because I'm not going for the thickness, I'm just going for the strength now. I think I said on the previous video, so what I'm going to do is, let's say I was going to put chopped strand there, and then I'm going to cut woven the same size and go on top of it, so it's actually got more strength. Because obviously I've done some research, chopped strand first helps bond the woven better together, because woven won't bond 100% to original fiberglass as good. So each layer will have the chopped strand touching the boat first, then the woven on top, and that should give it the strength. So yeah, clean up, get it all cut, and then I can start fiberglassing probably. Hopefully I can do a little bit today, if not, maybe come tomorrow. Just got to see what time I've got left. So yeah, clean up. Okay, all nice and cleaned up now, just a bit better to work around. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is actually get the full sheet all the way across, and like someone suggested, tear off the ends instead of cutting them so they blend into the boat more, and then after that it should be fine. Just got to try and work out, if I do the full sheet, it's going to wrap underneath as well. Just try and work that out while I cut it out. And just so when I do put the first sheet down, like I was saying earlier, and I put this one on, it will overlap the other one, and then the other one will overlap even more, and you know, it keep on going, it will actually join properly. So yeah, let's get this cut out. Okay, it's taken most of the day. Cut 5 of them out on each one. Be 2 at the bottom left, bottom right, and then I've gone in the middle on each other one, and then 5 left and right, which I'll explain over here. There's 6. I am going to do 6 of them. Just doing the final one now, the big one that covers the whole thing up to halfway, because it'd definitely be unmanageable to do one whole one all the way across, so I'll just make sure that's a good join in the middle. So yeah, the bottom ones will be coming across, working its way bigger and bigger outward this way, and then the left and right are starting from the join and getting bigger and bigger and coming out just before this, and then this will finish it off, torn it all like one of you said, so that should give it a nice clean finish. Like this big full sheet goes all underneath to the edge, all cut, well pulled off should I say. That will be pulled apart once I've figured out how far the next one comes, and then we go round completely down and in, so that is going to be nice and solid. I've just got this one side left to do, and then it is a case of getting the woven out and cutting them little tiny bit smaller than this. So if you see where it's pulled apart, I probably will just go shorter than that, just so it bonds to this, and then the next one will go on top will be bigger. Always top strand first, then woven, then top strand, so it's going to be sandwiched together nicely. So in theory it's going to have at least 9 layers, with including these 5 and then the 4 woven in between. 9 layers, I think that's going to be plenty strong enough to hold it all. And like I said, almost every single one apart from the first 2 wrap around an inch by a time and go round, and then also starts to come over this way as well, so it'll all be wrapped around solid. I'll carry on doing that one, and then that's probably going to be it for today. Been a long time. It takes a long time to prep. You know, it's a bit like sanding. Get the prep work done first, and then you can just fly through it, especially with fiberglass. I've noticed that before. Get them all cut out, and then you can just sit here. I know you're still on timer, but to be honest with you, this stuff rolls out quite nicely. And yeah, enough talking. Get that one cut out. Okay, had to quickly wrap it up. Started raining. Cut all the fiberglass. Don't know if I can quickly show you. And the woven. That's all cut now, ready to go. But that's probably going to be it for this week. Just because of the weather. I don't think it's going to stop raining today. At least it's all covered up, dry. So next week we should be able to get all the fiberglassing done on the back. Should only take a day or so, and then it is going to be the big job of I'm going to sand the whole of the bottom, and then I can get that all painted, and that'll be good enough to go in the water if I find a spot. Otherwise I'll jump back inside, or if I have good weather, I'm going to sand the bottom down and carry on, sand the whole top down, get everything off, and then it is ready to go for the whole paint job, and that'll be done outside then. Okay, see you next week. Thanks for watching. Cheers.